Hey guys, it's Elliot with Empirical 360. Today I'm going to show you how to take a deep dive inside your Google Ads campaigns to find if there are any opportunities for scalability or to cut wasted spend. So now I'm going to walk you through 3 of the segments I like to look at when I'm doing a deep dive in a Google Ads account. So the outline of this is going to be, we're going to talk about the different data points that you can look at to optimize your accounts. The first being conversion action. This is something that we'll talk about, how to track different conversions for your business. Second is going to be device. If you don't segment your campaigns by device, we're going to talk about how to view that data. And the third is going to be Google search versus search partners and the different networks that you advertise on. And then I'm going to take you inside 2 Google Ads accounts that we actually run and show you how these different data points can really affect your cost per conversion and different metrics. So let's jump into it. So like I said, there are tons of campaign settings in your Google Ads account, and it's very important to view this data, every 2 weeks or every 30 days as it builds, and you can start to see different trends. So the first, as I mentioned before, is conversion action. And so depending on your business, you may have different conversion actions that are valuable to you. It may be a form submission, it might be a phone call, it might be an email sign up, or even a purchase. So if you don't have custom columns in Google Ads, these will all report in the conversions column if you have them as reporting. And so this can kind of skew your data as you look at your Google Ads account. So it's important to note that you can segment by conversion action and take a look at how many of each of these actions are actually occurring inside your Google Ads account. The second segment that we're going to take a look at is device. So if you don't segment your campaigns by device, this is a way to drop down and look at each campaign and how each device is performing inside of each campaign. The third is Google Search Partners versus Google Search. So I'm going to read this definition pretty much straight from Google. The Google Search Network is obviously Google, where you go to the main Google page and you research whatever it is you're researching. The partner sites are non-Google websites such as YouTube and other Google sites that have search functionality that your ads may show on. And so sometimes, not all the time, your performance may vary based on Google search versus search partners. The important thing to know is that you can exclude search partners. You can't exclude Google search. Obviously, that's their platform. So now let's jump into a couple live accounts and I'll show you the different examples. So first we'll talk about conversion action. So this is an account that we actually own. It's an e-commerce shop, Bridesmaid Robes. So I'm going to go over here into the Google account. This is one campaign here that has multiple conversion actions, and then this is a campaign that has different devices. So this is all devices lumped into one. This is an old campaign, and we did not segment by device here. So I'm going to drop this segment down here, and I'm going to go to conversions and then conversion action. So here you'll see that there are a couple different conversion types that they were tracking previously when we took this over. And if you just look at a glance, high level, cost per conversion is $12. And if you come in from the outside looking in, you may think, oh my gosh, this is really great for a cost per conversion when this campaign is doing 35, this one's only doing 12. But it's important to note what they're tracking here as conversion. So right here, it shows that they are counting a conversion as greater than 2 page views per session. So this is not really a goal that's super important as far as revenue goes, but it is a goal that you may want to track. So it's important to know that this is counting towards your overall conversions and it's bringing down the cost per conversion, and it's not necessarily a sale. This is also another goal that was kind of thrown in there. It's also reducing the cost per conversion. The main goal that you want to track in this campaign is a transaction. That's pretty much you actually making money. And if you take a look at it here, it's $94 per sale. So this is actually not doing well at all when if you just glance at high level, it was doing $12 cost per conversion. So this is a very misleading way to track conversions in an AdWords account, and it's very important to note that if you're tracking multiple conversions in your ads account, you need to dive into this and make sure that you know exactly what you're tracking. So that is one segment. The next is going to be device here. So if I go down to my segment tab here, click device, we're going to look at this campaign specifically, the Robes Broad Match Modifier. And if we look at overall conversion or cost per conversion, it's very good. But if we dive down into here, we can see that computers are doing $26 cost per conversion, mobile phones are doing $39, and tablets are doing 53. So right here, we can already make some changes in our campaigns. We can either segment by device and put all of our money in computers, or we can put a bid modifier on mobile to reduce the bid a little bit to bring down the cost per conversion, whatever it is that you want to do to optimize this campaign. But just by showing the different segments here, you realize that there is conversion or optimization opportunity. And so the last segment that we can take a look at here is search partners versus Google. So I go down to network with search partners, and it'll drop down similar segments. So here we can see that Google search in this particular campaign is doing $36 cost per conversion, and search partners is doing $27. And this is a trend I typically see a lot. Search partners actually does very well most of the time, but in the off chance that search partners has a very high cost per conversion, this is something that you can exclude when you set up your campaigns. So those are 3 ways I like to kind of do a deep dive in a Google Ads account to see if there are any potentials for scaling a particular segment or cutting wasted spend in a particular segment. Thanks.